Let's just cut right to the point. No one has seen me naked in a long time. It's not necessarily a big deal or concern to anyone but me, but it is something I realized recently when I was looking at myself naked. But the realization got me thinking about so many other things. Time, getting older, change, why I unconsciously differentiate being seen naked from other ways of being seen. I assume there are many ways, but my smooth brain at the moment can only think of the most physical way that doesn't really require any deep thought. Naked. Who cares? Well, apparently I do, if I thought about it once and haven't stopped thinking about it since. Why? Why does it matter? I'll be very vulnerable here and admit that if I think about it too hard, I get pretty sad. It's one of those sads that come with a physical response. Your whole body telling you, oh, this one really sucks for some indiscernible, overwhelming reason that feels like the Earth's core is dragging you down into it. But sometimes, sad is good. Fun fact, emotional crying is unique to humans. And according to science, crying can actually have benefits. So it's not in your head that you feel better after a good cry. Your body knows what it's doing, and there's no such thing as free will. But not all tears are created equal. Tears from crying from sadness are actually chemically different than the tears that happen when you cut an onion. Onion tears, or just tears from not being sad, are 98% water. But emo tears contain a stress hormone that I won't try to pronounce, but some scientists believe that crying helps to expel this stress hormone buildup, reducing the level of stress in your body. Crying also releases oxytocin and endorphins, aka feel-good chemicals that actually work, that can ease both physical and emotional pain and even improve your mood. And yeah, duh, that's obvious, but damn, okay, time for a cry. After this, probably. And while I don't cry when I think about the nobody seeing me naked thing, if I think about it too much, it does eventually make me think about other things that, unfortunately, can cause me to weep. And listen, I know, it's not the end of the world. So what if it's been years since someone has seen me naked? I've seen myself naked a lot, and that should count for something. That should be enough. Shouldn't it? We're born alone, we die alone, blah blah blah. We see ourselves naked alone most of the time. That happens in the middle somewhere between birth and death. I don't really have a strong grasp on the time that occurs between those 2 points. If anything, the older I get, the flimsier my grasp is on most things, but especially time. And I'm not trying to alarm anyone here when I say that I think part of me has always been waiting for that grasp to loosen, for me to lose hold of reality, whatever reality is. Like I'm slowly reaching a breaking point. It does freak me out quite a bit how our bodies themselves are markers of time, of our personal exact time on this little pebble, stretching and sagging and hurting and withering away. Sure, you could alter your body, have someone pull your skin tight and cut the excess off and sew you back up like a little hot dog, but that's still a marker. You're just replacing a little saggy skin with a scar or an uncanny looking whatever it is. And that's fine. We don't all have to have the same markers of time. But if there's one great unifier, other than the fact that we all die, it's that we all experience time. Our body really experiences time. Our brain too, sometimes in life-changing ways, especially if you take the right stuff. Shrooms, or just psychedelics in general, can alter perception, cognition, and mood. Scientists believe that they can increase connectivity between different brain regions and literally alter the pattern of your brain waves. And all this can have long-lasting therapeutic effects. That is crazy. The fact that we can tinker with the stuff we have up there is pretty incredible, and also a little terrifying. I learned about this term recently, the default mode network, or the DMN. The DMN is where the mind goes to wander. My mind seems to hang out there quite a lot. It's also where we store our ego and understanding of ourselves. Psychedelics can reduce activity in the DMN, and this is what contributes to that feeling of ego death or ego dissolution that can happen with those experiences. It can explain why we can feel a sense of oneness with the universe during and after a good trip. So, with that said, apparently my enlightenment is not special. That was my takeaway from learning that. My point is that our bodies and our minds experience time with us, and they have to change whether we like it or not, whether or not we instigate some of those changes ourselves. We must change. There is no other option or choice, and definitely no control in the matter. We are at the mercy of time. We change and we're different every day just by the nature of being alive and aging. We are markers of time. We're proof that it's happening. It just so happens that the visual signs of aging are usually the first signs you pay attention to. Your body naked. And maybe the reason I find myself spiraling when I think about how no one has seen me naked in a long time is because I'm subconsciously using my body as a marker of time. I see it change. And somehow, when no one else is around to witness every new freckle or wrinkle, only I am experiencing the intimacy of time. And if only I am experiencing it, it's harder for me to cement it into reality. Seeing a beautiful sunset or a bright full moon by yourself is lovely, and this should be enough to experience such wonder for what it is. But with someone else, right next to you, I think it makes it more real. It's not in your head. It's happening, and someone is there to witness it with you. You appreciate it in a more expansive way. You have a witness to your experience of time. And so what I'm realizing is that if no one has seen me naked in a long time, I do not feel real. Or at least I am not as real as I could be, as a human and as a creature experiencing the head trip of time. The in-between is important to me for some reason. Having someone there to reassure me that I am real in the middle of being young and hot and being old and hot. And speaking of being hot, so much emphasis is placed on the exterior of the body. So much so that here I am getting all worked up about the fact that no one has seen me naked in a long time. Why does that matter? Why does that matter to me? I don't know. It feels really silly. At the end of the day, life will go on regardless of what parts of me are seen with other human eyes or not. And there are better ways to mark time, right? I guess I could start making a tally on my wall. But I think the reality of change probably has something to do with why I feel the way I feel. The fact that my body is going to continue to change with or without somebody else looking at it. And so maybe it is simply the notion that experiencing or seeing something can feel better or more real if someone is there experiencing and seeing it with you. Or maybe it's about the validation of existing. Maybe I don't trust myself as the sole witness, as the only one to see the physical form I inhabit in all its stages and iterations. When it comes to this, I feel that I am independent to a fault. Being the sole survivor of the tumult of my human experience is immensely gratifying, but to share my survival, to have someone acknowledge it, and to have it mirrored back to me by both a mirror and a person, I think my feet would feel more firmly planted on the earth, rather than have me float around from one spiral to the next. Maybe this obsession with being seen in the most literal sense of the word, is my unconscious way of telling myself that I need to tighten my grip on reality. A warning, so I can remember that time can be experienced outside of myself, and so I can just make sure I'm really there.